Hey guys, good afternoon. This is Farouk with Elite Property Development here in Greenville, South Carolina. Hope you guys are doing well. So, as I promised you, this is going to be the second lesson in for new flippers is to what we need to do to make sure that we find the right property. The first one I told you to make sure you get your finances right. So hopefully you worked on that and you got your finances and all that as to where you are. So I guess the next step is, let's say we're gonna do an example that by the time you got done with everything, you said you have almost, the financing between the investors or whoever, 200K. So next thing is go look for houses. So where do you go look for houses? Now in old days, it used to be, you can go MLS, find houses through auctions, auction.com and all these other companies. Those days are gone, and you gotta do your own research. You gotta find where we have luck here, or I have luck, and I'm sure in your area, you can do the same thing too. We go to the county auctions. I mean, it used to be slim picking, but now it looks like that we got a little bit more houses coming and going in foreclosure. So I have 3 different counties I go to, and they have auctions sometime on different days. Usually it's first Monday of every month. So right here, like in my hand, I have all the listing of what the properties are. And then I do my research. I go and pull them up, and nowadays you can pull them up on any real estate sites. You can go to Realtor, you can go to Zillow, you can go to any one of them and pull up the house. And sometimes you can see the street view and all that. So you just pull that up and put the definition of the house, how big it is, how many bathrooms, how many bedrooms, and then just what the value is showing up. Of course, that's not going to be the true value, and you need to do your own research to make sure what the value is going to be. Once you narrow it down to whatever properties, let's say on my list I had 20 properties. Out of that, I narrowed them down to, let's say my budget was, I need to find something around, I'm gonna give your example, 200,000. Okay, so I look at the houses, okay, this is the houses I need to go look at. Forget about the $500,000-$600,000 houses because you can't afford that. So we're gonna go and look at those. We narrowed them down, and the next thing you do is, doesn't matter what the street view shows you or whatever, I'm telling you, when you go look at them, it's gonna look different. So go look at it. Now, you're not going to be able to go inside because there's sight unseen. So the trick there is go over there, go outside, look at the house, and the biggest expense you're going to have in the house, other than what's inside, which you don't know about, is going to be basically the roof and the HVAC. If you can see those from outside, looks like that they're decent. That's about $10,000-$12,000 expense that you don't have to do. So anyway, do all that, write your notes down. Sometimes you got to look at the neighborhood. If the house looks good and the neighborhood is not good, you don't want to be doing that. You're going to be stuck with it. So just do all your research, and when you get done with it, come back and compare your notes. Now, keep in mind, let's say the house, and you should be able to see the debt and all that, what it is, or you should know what you're going to be able to bid on the house. So let's say if this house, you look at it, you say, well, keep in mind, your rehab nowadays is gonna be around 50 plus. You can just budget that, because I do not do, or I have not done houses here lately where even the smaller houses, by the time because everything is so expensive now, by the time you get done with everything, you're looking at about 40 to 50,000. So budget that. So that means, let's say if your rehab is 50, then you can only bid up to 150. So look at the house that you think, and sometimes if you see the debt is 100,000 or 90,000, 80,000, you know that you can pay all the way up to 130, 140 for this house. So just do your due diligence to make sure that you know that those are the houses. Once you've done that, you've gone by, you've looked at the houses or whatever, okay, these are my final houses that I'm going to bid on. Because you don't want to bite more than you can chew. You got to make sure that you don't go bid on a house 170, 180. You say, oh, I'm going to be able to do it, but then you don't have the money for rehab. Then you got to go look for loans and all that other stuff. Now, if you have companies that are willing to loan you money afterwards, more power to you. You can go ahead and do that, and that's fine. So, just make sure that you're right, because I have done that when I was new, bid on properties thinking, oh, I can do it, whatever. And guess what? Once I bought the property, I didn't have the money to finish it. And that's not a good time or good place to be in. So I don't want you to make those mistakes, because, at the end of the day, you want to make money. Then know your ARV. Well, what means is after repair value. So after you paid the 150, spend another 50. If the house is worth only 200 or 210, well, you didn't make any money. So, you have to make sure that, you know what if you want to only make 20,000, fine. If you want to make 50, I don't really think nowadays, with all the trouble we go through, it's worth doing a house less than 40, 50,000, if not more, per house than what you should be able to make. So like I said, and then there's sweat equity. If you want to go do the work yourself, whatever, that's completely up to you. But do that work. Make sure you know what your ARV is. And then the most important thing is, and this is going to be important, find you a good realtor. Now, realtors, they charge you 5%, 6%, depending on where you are or whatever. You negotiate that, because by the time you get done with everything, you don't want to be paying 6% in realtor fees. I mean, you can even get them down to, that's one side, get them down to 4%, 5% or whatever, because that's the money you're going to be saving. And then that realtor should know that you're going to give them all these properties or whatever. They should be able to help you. So you can always negotiate that. Don't think that you cannot. And the realtor should be able to find you properties and help you with properties. So like I said, those are the things. So once you do that and get the property, go with it. The next lesson I'm going to do is I'll get back with you, and hopefully by that time you already have a property. I'm going to teach you basically what all you need to look, what kind of rehabs, contractors, what to look for, what kind of contractors to buy and whatnot. So those are the three things. They are important. Just make sure when you do that, do your research. As a matter of fact, as you see, that's what I'm doing today, since I'm going to auction next week. So I'm going to hopefully be able to get me some houses, but just want to make sure that you don't make the mistakes I did. I hope this helps you. So if you like my videos, please give me a thumbs up and register to my channel. So hopefully I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much.